cast and crew, skilled, professional, reliable.
Hello, cast and crew. My name is Mzili Mujunga. I'm a Ugandan artist. I love painting, I love singing, I love sculpture, and I love printing. I also like to write my thoughts for other people to read. I am, I guess, an interesting person because I'm kind of weird or eccentric or a bit disconnected, and I like to use that to my advantage, especially when I am making my work and sharing my experience with others. I also teach, and teaching gives me a chance to actually explore some of the things that I thought I had learned, but now I have to try them on younger minds. I sell my work, my paintings at Afriat Gallery, and I have annual exhibitions where I show my work. I also like to participate in art fairs, showing my work in places outside Uganda. I am currently taking work to the Joburg Art Fair, and I also have I had some work recently in the Nairobi Art Fair, and my dream is really to be a very, 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 very big artist. I want to change the world. I know this is a cliche, I know everyone is talking like this, but I really, really want to change the world so that it suits me. I want a good, happy world where everyone respects the other and enjoys other people. I don't want a world that is plagued by war. I don't want a polluted world. I don't want a world where all the trees have been cut down. I want a world where there is general happiness, because I'm General Mzili for your general happiness. That is basically my theme. I like, to explore the concept of happiness. How do people behave when they're in a happy environment? What makes people really happy? And is it really worth it, this pursuit of happiness? So this is who I am. This is what makes me tick as an artist. Basically, I am an indigenous expressionist. And indigenous expressionism comes from abstract expressionism. This is, we as African artists are trying to dig deep into our past to get the roots for our work. We are trying to rediscover our ancestors through a medium that is not necessarily familiar to us, because painting is really alien, the way we do it now. But we know that deep down in us there is an instinct. There is that desire to express ideas from inside. And this is what I'm trying to tap in as an indigenous expressionist. And I do that in my paintings. And my paintings will always look childlike, because I want to be in touch with that part of me as well. So indigenous expressionism is basically about your childhood instinct, your heritage, and also some learned practices, because I went to university and I got some skills on how to paint. But this is an example of my work. This particular one I did it at the marketplace. What I expected from this kind of treatment is gossip, because in the marketplace people really get to talk about issues. So I just captured two ladies, and one of them looks like my mother-in-law, and they're busy talking and gossiping and exchanging ideas, but at the same time I like the beauty of the African sunshine in the yellow. But my work has changed drastically. I'm now being less abstract, and I'm becoming a little bit realistic. I'm beginning to pick some actual elements of what is happening around me. So I am moving into some kind of semi-realism. I'm also changing theme. I am now going deeper into the pursuit of happiness. I want to discover what really makes people happy, and my current work is about how do we perceive a moment of happiness. Some people may go to the bar and they drink, yeah, and then they have fun with the ladies, and then when I look at them when I'm there, I feel like some of them are melancholic and unhappy, but at the same time the whole vibe is supposed to be a happy vibration. So I'm trying to discover the duality of these two extremes. I mean, what exactly is happiness? I mean, if someone drinks too much alcohol, are they really happy? Or if someone goes to church and pray, are they really happy? Or if someone just doesn't want to have anything to do with the environment, when they are apathetic, they want to be indifferent to the environment, are they happy? So these are the questions that I'm trying to pose with my current work. If you can look at the piece I'm working on right now, this piece here, it's from my current experience. I had a chance of being in a show called Transform, and during the show there was a lot of dancing and a lot of interracial merrymaking, and that is something that I'm really interested in. Like, I'm interested in how do Africans and Europeans interact in a merrymaking environment. And I saw this lady who was really dancing. She was an older lady. She was dancing with this young guy, and the young guy was, dressed like an Eskimo, although he's in Africa. He had all these jackets and boots, and I could feel, like the sweat and discomfort of such clothing, as opposed to, say, to the ladies' free dress and casual wear. But I was also interested in the kind of relationship that was happening between the two, because the boy was visibly much younger than the woman, and they were having fun, and I wanted to capture that moment and see the humor and the fun of it. So I'm working on this series. I call them Transform. I'm going to make 5 paintings from those. I always record my experience with my phone camera, in the night or during the day when I go out to places where we are having fun with my friends. I trained as an artist in Margaret Troll School of Industrial and Fine Art, up to master's level, although I didn't complete because I found that boring. And I'm able to deal with anybody from any part of the world, of any religion or creed or sexual orientation or belief system. I am able to relate. I have also done workshops with other artists. I have been a very, very active member of the Pan-African Circle of Artists, with our offices in Nigeria. As PACA, as we call it, we were able to travel through many, many countries in West Africa. We traversed over 5 countries in West Africa, and we were able to see how the artists were doing their work, what kind of barriers there are towards creativity. We were able to find out how people, cross borders, for instance. Some of you might think that it's easy to cross one border in Africa to the other, but I believe in some cases it's more difficult than, say, traveling to Europe. Because traveling to Europe is very structured. You either have a visa or you don't. You either pay for the fare or you don't. But in Africa, some countries make it so difficult for you to enter their countries and cross borders. Well, we went for these tours just to get used to the fact that Africa can be for Africa. We can tell our African stories from an African perspective. We can interact with our brothers and sisters on the continent to create a meaningful and greater dialogue of what it is we want to portray culturally as a continent. I have also been able to show my work in Europe. I was able to show in Germany, in France. I showed work in the UK, where I went as a scholar. I won a scholarship for the Royal Overseas League, and this is 2005, and I was able to show my work in London. But all this stuff didn't mean much to me, because I realized that actually there are many ideological blocks, Like the people who live in these countries don't really see us as valuable citizens of Earth. We can be curious, we can be exciting things, we can be exotic because we come from Africa, but we are not really perceived at par intellectually, and this is really, I found this frustrating when I was in the UK. So I really was convinced that the only way I can be important and serve my my fellow humanity or the human race is to come back to Africa, set roots on the continent, produce amazing artwork that is gonna change the world.
Skilled, professional, reliable.